G'day, today we're going to have a look at the weekly challenge in Mini Motorways. This one is set in Tokyo. Okay, so we have, it's the week of the 25th of March. We have unlimited roundabouts. We start with 4 bridges and no destinations become circles. That's a little bit tricky. It also means that we're going to be going slow for a long while here because no one is going to be able to sort of have the high demand that a circle destination has, which generally means that the more you have, the faster you're actually getting points. It might mean we last longer, but score less. Because we've got unlimited roundabouts, I am going to try and employ a roundabout in front of every destination. See how fast that falls apart because we've got destinations with awkward positioning. But basically, what we want for that is that once we have houses that need, with destinations rather that need more attention, we can then just put in motorways that attach to those roundabouts. A very far away second house this guy's got in there, so let's just put him connected to that, just to sort of remove him potentially burning one of these other spots for a house to show up there. We'll just leave that guy on one house at the moment. Now you could play a lot. I've definitely done levels in the past where I've done a lot of blocking with roundabouts. So say I could put a roundabout here, discourage another building showing up there, but I found that it caused in the end I sort of had to open up more space, and particularly because these buildings aren't going to become double destinations at any point. Because of that, I can possibly have those guys just share that for the most part. Because these guys aren't going to become double destinations, it means that the demand is going to be spread more across all of these small destinations, which was actually going to be a problem. It's a really interesting connection that we've got there, because really what I could do is disconnect this guy from that and just do that and have him be happy for a long time. Well, it looks like these guys are wanting to assign themselves to color-based roundabouts. I guess the only thing about having this yellow house down the bottom be focused on the guy on the left is he's actually the closest destination to the guy on the right as well, for yellow. So, I mean, really, we could have him connected here and he's looking after both of them. And it might mean that the 3 at the back don't have to go anywhere. It is interesting. It's, I guess they're both getting an order at the same time, which is why it seems like constantly a car at the top's also on the move. I'm going to dip that actually a little bit, just in case we get more yellow houses in this area where we've gotten one. Because we've got one there, we'll see that as like a precedence that maybe more will show up. I don't know if I want this facing down, but we have these guys sort of roll like this instead. I'd expect that the remainder of those spaces that I've got on this island are also going to be pink, so let's have that road sort of running through the middle of it. To allow them sort of to all appear in a place where they can actually connect to a road. So what are they, when I feel like you've got more circle destinations, let's say that at any point it's like, okay, we want, we're going to be forcing 100 deliveries per minute on you, for example. Now, if you've got 5 circle destinations, then that means each one of those is just pushing out, well, we'll say 6 because it makes it easier to do the math. No, 5. 5. You got, then each of them is doing 20. Excuse me. So So if we've got smaller destinations and they're still going to say we want you to do 100, it means that they can't handle as much. Like the amount of houses haven't been put there. But I don't know if, because the houses haven't been put there, it's sort of, there's never going to be an intention that it's actually going to up the amount of requirement. So like as high as it otherwise would. So what we're going to do here now is I'm going to cut. I think this guy's going to have his roundabout just a little bit to the left. Try and run sort of past him as much as we can, and we'll go up this way. That one far away guy. Job. And okay, so just want to give this guy a roundabout, so we'll run him like that. Actually, you can still cut through there. I suppose something like this, these setups that I have here, we could really divide them out. So, for example, we can say, let's just give these guys their own separate ways into that roundabout so that then they're not creating an intersection like what we've got here. Definitely want to stack up on as many motorways as we can. Really happy to see that yellow just appear there, so that we've now got a couple of guys looking after Alright, so here's a great example of a guy that just cannot have a roundabout. Closest roundabout we could get him would be there. Really, potentially a roundabout here is going to be where he can have one that we can connect other things to. That's blue on the left. There's no gap between the yellow and the green, so I can't like just have two guys run around the outside. Potentially what we can do for now is just have two guys do that, but we also will give this guy about up there. I mean, have a roundabout down here. Guess that shows that that southern one's the closer one, so we'll leave that connected for now. Luckily, there's only the one yellow on that sort of network. So obviously there's two yellows using this inside network, but that roundabout on the outside that blue's now going through as well is only one yellow. So again, hopefully we're okay, except for the fact that now that's going to be probably two yellows that are using that network. Okay, at least that one's easy. Potentially I could give a motorway to these three yellows and have them bounce down to this roundabout here. actually really bad placement of the house there, because now these guys can't all face the same direction. Any value to this blue guy here? I mean, arguably I can have him connected to north, and he can connect back to the blue on the far left, but he wouldn't be the closest, so he probably wouldn't get much use. Okay, so let's get rid of this red road. This guy connected in there. And we're going to give them the motorway. So our first motorway will go to red. Skip across that way. You can't have a roundabout there just because of where that one is. Well, I suppose that doesn't matter. Let's connect that there. Then what we'll do is we'll take these two blues, run them across there. Then have this yellow run up that way. Though I don't really want to have him block out the potential of more blues showing up in that gap. So we will run him a little bit longer around. Now this left-hand side network is becoming a little bit too bogged down. Let's pause again. Tell this guy not to worry anymore. He's no longer part of that network. So what I think we'll do is we'll turn this... Although these houses on that side are also looking after two blue guys, I think that what I've got to do is disconnect these two and we'll let them look after him. So there's 4 houses looking after these two blues on the top left. There's 4 blues looking after the 2 blues on the top right, and then 2 blues looking after the 1 on the bottom left. Sort of okay. We could really connect those 2 greens on the top into a series of like the roundabouts and so on to make those connections work a bit better. But I think that because we're trying to keep them like it's better for us to have the different networks separate. We'll just leave him out. There's no way we can put a roundabout on the island or anywhere near this pink. So this pink is going to just have to claim, I think, these back 2 houses. This light blue in the dead center is looking pretty bad. Obviously, he does have some pretty long runs of where his houses are coming from, but it's also just because there's only one of him. Orange is probably a little bit similar. There's only one orange. He does have a motorway, so he's probably moving a little bit better. But that's where we are going to see issues when we've got the entire weight of light blue deliveries going to one place. Okay. So, this guy we can give a roundabout to. And then what we can do is have this guy's blue houses just sort of dodge around the outside of that. And then what we would do is we're going to claim, get rid of all of that. Get these 4 guys to bounce down to here. Almost makes this roundabout in the middle here completely useless for light blue. We'll leave it there for now, but you can already see how much cleaner light blue looks now that it's got 2 separated. Okay, so let's give this guy a roundabout there. And an easy connection for this guy here. And we'll take that one guy as well. And again, that means that we've now got two red oranges, so they'll divide their work. Make life easier. See the increase in red houses though, that's just the amount of workload that possibly could be coming their way. The two yellows down the bottom in the middle here, they're probably my worst two looking guys at the moment. Let's try and get this guy connected. At least one extra house. No way I can get this blue here connected to these two blues there. Allow this guy in the bottom left to get an extra house, which I think he does need. Alright, well, easy get the guy here. We can just sort of give him two houses. We can't give him a network, but if he gets busy, we can always just sort of drop more houses his way. Possibly what we want to do then is just swap this to be three guys there and looking after that one. That's going to be an easy just connect. We've got enough houses at the top here that I'm going to put a roundabout there because we might just end up connecting them via a motorway from that point because of the distance they're traveling, but there are a lot of guys up there. Again, you can see perfect, there's a blue house there for this guy, so he can go help out with that. Do want there to be more yellow visibility, but I still don't feel like we've got that many yellow houses. Alright, let's get a roundabout in there and run that up for these guys. This blue here. Maybe it's just these two houses here that this guy gets. No view of a roundabout anywhere for him. So for now, we're just going to connect those two guys to him and send them on their way. Green down the bottom here doesn't look great. So let's turn you guys around there. Take this guy. Run him around. Give them a tiny little bit of backup. We can add another few houses to him if he needs them. Like that. Great, so that's another yellow house that can help out. There's two guys at the bottom, and you can see that there's currently no one at home. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect that, and we're going to give this guy just a little motorway, because you can see there's a lot of stoppage that's happening at that roundabout. So what we're going to do is get rid of the blues moving through it. Hopefully that'll clean up the problems that this yellow network down the bottom's having. Hard to tell how far along here we are. We're up to 1600. I think we're probably a fair bit deeper than that, really. We have 2 motorways, so we can have a bit of a luxury in the way that we play with those. Yellow is starting to be a bit more of a problem. You can see here these two still aren't figuring this out. They have just gained a few more houses. We did just get this yellow here, but both of them are losing the plot. And that's going to cause these other guys to have problems too. Overly a great setup, but what I can do is connect these 2 yellow houses together, and we can just try and bounce them down there, just to give these guys just a quick 2 extra bodies in there. But I mean, look how fast that guy is collapsing as well. So let's also get rid of that road. Make it a little outcrop. Jump them a motorway to as well to try and speed up the way they're getting there. But I mean, one of them's sort of looking better, the other one's not really recovering, and that's the problem of having multiple places connected in the same network. Okay, so light blue's going to have a similar problem, and again, these guys are just, it's too far that we're traveling. This guy here can come down and join in and help out. But what I need is I need to claim a motorway off blue. Sorry, not off blue, off yellow. How many guys? We've got this guy here too, so let's get him to go help out. So that guy's doing okay now. Green over here, so again, it's more motorways that we really need than anything else. I think there's a bunch of guys here that aren't doing anything, so let's turn around one of them to go help out. And let's make it 2 of them. Alright, I'm going to reclaim that motorway there. I don't think that these guys are going to need to hold on to that now that there is a motorway connecting these 2, hopefully. I mean, it may already be collapsing there. You can see that there is a bit of network congestion there that's causing a problem, that these guys just can't move through fast enough. What did I claim that motorway for? It was for these guys, but I think these 2 extra houses have really solved their problems. I'm amazed that these blues are doing so well. It's possible because there's so many blues that we've got around. Because these guys are already starting to collapse again. The yellow can't handle life without these 2 guys at the top, apparently. Still, it's a terrible idea having those 2 guys as the assistants, but everyone else is really backed up. A motorway for these blues over here would also be really handy, because then I can get these yellows. In fact, if I got rid of... I mean, that would get them to this network, which you can see is also about to really need them. There's not that much traffic moving through this, so let's just quickly give them the assist. I just need more yellow houses, really. But you can see the congestion. I need to split these 2 guys up. The problem is I don't have 2 separate networks. Oh, maybe I could. We disconnected. Well, I need them to sort of right first. If I can get them down to healthy, which I won't. Looks like I'll sink prior to that. I'd separate them to give them 3 houses each with a motorway. But there we go. 2,700 seems low, but again, in one where there's no circle destinations, hopefully it's better than it looks. We are pretty late in the week here, only 2 days to go, so let's see, 10%, no, it was pretty poor. 252nd, there we go. Any questions or comments, feel free to check them below, and until next time, catch you later.